Hello Gizmos and welcome back to another episode of the Drayton Town Career Mode. So we are pushing towards the end of the season. We've just won the EFL trophy, or the Papa John's trophy, by beating Swindon 2-1 thanks to goals from Ocean and Mikey. So it's our first trophy of the season, first one in our career mode, and obviously it is our first season. But that's great that we won it. We had a good run, I would say, in that. But more importantly, it's back to league action. It's pushing towards the end of the season. We've probably got around about 10 games left to go. Really big where we're sat. We're currently, I think, in third or fourth. At this moment in time, we've got some really tough games coming up, and also even like today's opponents. Carlisle are third from bottom, fighting for relegation in real life. Yes, we're second, but I count it as third and fourth because we're all on the same points near enough. But Carlisle United, a big team who've actually just gone up in real life, so I'm surprised that they're right down the bottom here. But they would be fighting for their lives in this. We nearly got off to a good start. Joey running down the left-hand side, cutting in, having a shot, was well saved from the goalkeeper. But from the resulting corner, it was sent in all the way to the back stick, and Tommy was actually on hand to header it into the far corner to make it 1-0. But I suppose more annoyingly, after scoring, we actually concede straight away, pretty much from kickoff. The goal, even from Tommy, 5 goals in 39 matches, is even still there. That's how quick that Carlisle responded, and they did respond really quickly. Really good feet, actually. Good ball in, kind of open. I guess. Makes a difference, when your centre backs are out and open and leaving that massive gap. These things sort of can happen, unfortunately, but it is an equaliser for Carlisle. And then it got really better from, again, to be fair, I was playing a higher line than normal. Great through ball, onside. I think Chris Anlovio was keeping them on. It's a really good finish from the Carlisle forward. And he scores to make it another goal. But yeah, I was pushing a lot of people forward just for the fact that, we need to keep this pressure on Leighton Orient. We need to maintain this high standard that we've got. Ryan Stillwell nearly scoring, but he hit it straight at the goalkeeper. Really, I guess unlucky. Could have put it anywhere else to score, but hit it straight at the goalkeeper. And then late into the first half, B here, and effort again was well saved from the goalkeeper, who was keeping Carlisle in it at all costs, really, in this sort of game. Going late in, and yeah, we still had another couple of chances into the first half of stoppage time. It fell to Chris, and then his shot was blocked. Chris has scored a fair few screamers as of late. And then myself had a free kick on the edge area. Mikey was on the field, but Mikey's got his goal target bonus. I was the closest one to hitting my bonus. Just needed a couple more goals. Great free kick. You see the little swerve as it went over the wall, which probably took it away from the goalkeeper, which helped me out. But I managed to score and get us back on level terms at 2-2. And now it was time to be looking for a winner. And we got into the front foot, really got into the lead. Joe did really well. Look at this for a ball from Neil. B manages to stay onside. I thought he was offside. I took it sort of first time. Could have taken another touch. But B managed to stay onside and hit it into the roof of the net to make it 3-2. So we've led, gone from behind, and now we lead again. Really fascinating game. Sort of this end-to-end top v bottom sort of scenario as it would be. Tyler nearly scored a free kick really late on, and then to kill the game off, Jax played really well. Good ball into myself, into Ocean. Looked like he was going to go back out wide and then through the middle, but he digs over the top to Neil, who does really well to header it away from the defender. Could have taken it on the chest and made the defender come across maybe, which would have made it worse for him not scoring, but instead Neil just uses his head. Smart tactics, really, and manages to score to seal the game to make it 4-2. Carlisle were pushing into that second half, but not really causing a threat onto our goal for us to worry about to score. So it's another win. It's 3 points, which is the vital thing. And we move on to Barrow away. Again, really tough games. They're all tough games to the end of the season now. There's so many teams that can get into that playoff race. You've seen it throughout the season, how close it is. So there'll be no surprise in how general close games are going to be between now and the end of the season. And we nearly got off to a good start here. As I tried to break away, it was actually a foul from this player here. I thought it was going to be a red card, but he actually gave him a yellow. But him getting a yellow is very key in this game, so keep an eye out on that. Leighton Orient actually went 1-0 down to Crawley Town in the top right-hand corner, which is good for us as we're chasing them for the top spot, as B had a shot which was well saved from the goalkeeper. And then sort of like a really weird sequence happened here. After a B shot, it was played through to Neil. It was played through to B again, one-on-one, had the shot, used the power shot, really good save from the Barrow goalkeeper to push it from a corner. And then probably the big changing that's going to happen to us, Dan Everett actually had a header that was cleared off the line. And after the header that he could have scored from, which would have been funny, might not have happened if he scored, but nonetheless, he went down injured, which is the real bad shame here. I don't, at this moment in time, I didn't know how long he was out for. We will find out after this game. But he went down with looked like a serious injury. I don't know if he was holding his knee or his elbow. But either way, that could be costly towards the end of this season. Ball into Tommy here, did really well, played into Neil. What a touch that was, away from the keeper, and forces the keeper, or away from the defender I should say, and forces the keeper to make another save, which then Joey whipped him from the corner. Fantastic header away. It felt to be, I tried to get it under, tried to go back inside maybe, but it went to Joe, who just tried to pick out someone on the edge of the area, tried to pick out Mikey, but couldn't do so. Barrow was really defending well. We can see how much pressure that we're putting on. It actually won back really well from Chris into Ryan. First time touch from Joe. Looks for Mikey and then plays it over the top from B. And we almost got in again, but it was well sort of blocked out from the goalkeeper. But yeah, Barrow's only chance came after half an hour. Really good foot. Nutmegged Rob, who came on for Dan. Put it through his legs, but Sov made a really good save to keep it 0-0. And that would have really been the sucker punch for Barrow to go 1-0 up completely against the run play that you've seen. But the big changing thing here, really silly. You're on a yellow card. I told you it was going to come back to haunt them. It goes in for a slide challenge from behind in front of the referee. Really silly thing to do. The referee actually gives a straight red, but it would probably be 2 yellows, so it would only be a 1 game ban because he did pick up a booking after 3 minutes. But big significant thing because obviously he is now suspended and will miss obviously their games for Barrow. But yeah, really costly for them. So we need to make advantage of that into the second half. We had a really big chance coming up here, played through the B, but was cleared, and then the Barrow managed to get it clear, and then it was half time. So early in, well, I say early into the second half, midway through the second half, I guess. Really good play from Novio into B. Good turn from Neil, who picks out Tommy, who's good at shoot, but then lays it into Mikey, takes a touch. What a finish that is, by the way. Hits it into the top left-hand corner with his left foot as well. He doesn't normally have a left foot, Mikey, so I'm surprised that he managed to get that into that top left-hand corner, but it was a fantastic strike from Mikey. And then the big sort of counter, Barrow tried to push for an equaliser. I led away the counter-attack, which I think Chris got the header to clear. It fell into me. I just carried on running, played through the B, leave one up top who's really quick, and a fantastic finish into the top left-hand corner. Waited for the keeper to move. He's going to go down, put it above him. If he stays up, you put it nice and low so he can't get down. Either way, B makes it 2-0 and seals the victory for us, which is key, and it's another clean sheet for Sov, which we're picking up a lot of clean sheets this episode already. Big news, Dan is out for 2 months. We'll miss the rest of the season, so we'll see him back for next season. Games coming quick and fast in this month. Northampton at home in the midweek. We could have gone 1-0 up twice through myself, but Northampton defended really well, who are actually mid-table towards the bottom, but I'd expect them to be up there in all fairness. They didn't really get it clear. It felt to be, I thought about shooting, I'm not going to lie. Cut in, I did really well. Then I hit it, and then it was a really good save from the goalkeeper. Nice early pressure after sort of 5-6 minutes, and then another shot from B, which was well saved from the goalkeeper. Then Neil took an instant corner into the far post, into Mikey. Don't know what the keeper's doing. He dived way after the ball went in the back of the net. Probably the power beat him, but it's another goal for Mikey. And again, another assist from corners. I told you we were decent from set pieces. Want to build on that. Obviously, want more centre back scoring from set pieces. But yeah, really good to see that we're doing that. Controversial moment from our side. The referee. I thought he was going to give a yellow card here. This is probably the key thing. He was calming the situation down. Called Novio over, and Novio was shown a straight red card. The players couldn't believe it. I didn't think it was a red card. make your mind up. Yes, he was late on the challenge, maybe a yellow card, maybe was it high, not too sure. But either way, it is a red card, and Novio will miss 3 games. And of course, we have Dan out already. But then probably one of the assists of the season, and then one of the goals of the season, that is, what a cross that is from B. Found me all the way at the back stick, just stood there, side foot finish, didn't even power it, just let the ball hit my foot and control finish into the far corner to make it 2-0. Northampton nearly equalised, pulled one back with a fantastic free kick, but it hit the inside of the post before Chris was able to get it away. And then I just wanted to smash it clear with Rob. But actually, on the stroke of half time, into added time here, a lot of stoppages, B hit an absolute corker up and over the goal and in and off the post. And then it went in and off the defender. Heavy touch. It was pissing down with rain. Nearly probably bamboozled the defender. But either way, it was 3-0. Fantastic finish to the half. And then nothing really happened in the second half. Really boring game, to be honest. But the referee blew his whistle. Big relief for us. It's another clean sheet. It is back-to-back clean sheets that we have kept, which I'm really happy about for us. So it's progress in this. And then with these wins that we're getting, meant into Newport County that we were playing away, and the reason for the camera work here in the sort of the pre-cutscene is that we could be promoted with either a draw or a win. If we drew, we needed results to go our way, potentially 4th or 5th not winning their game. If a win would have been automatic sort of promotion, because then they couldn't catch us. So we relied mostly on other teams doing us a favour, let alone us winning in the first instance, to be fair. But we did get kind of the breakthrough that we really wanted. It's a great ball through here into Neil, hits an absolute screamer into the top corner. Mikey played it with the outside of the foot. Great ball control from Neil, hits it hard and high into away from the keeper really. And Neil scores to make it 1-0. And then early in the second half, really frustrating from our point of view, I'd imagine. Just sloppy play here. Chris running into the back of someone, probably tried to actually get the ball. In all fairness, there goes our unbeaten sort of clean sheet run. I don't know how many minutes is that. That's probably about just over 200 minutes. But all of a sudden, Newport County really turned on the steam. Good little sort of cutbacks here. Played into the middle. It was a really good shot. It was actually a really good save from Soft, but poor defending from us. We sort of fell asleep as Chris picked up a yellow card for an early incident. But yeah, we just fell asleep and just sort of capitalised on that. But a really strong challenge from Tommy, put through Mikey, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and went with his right foot, didn't really trust his left. Good job he went with his right, put it right in the top-hand corner to make it 2-1 after 69 minutes, and on course to get promoted. Even if Northampton scored again, we would still hopefully get promoted, just depending on the results. And I say Northampton equalised, Newport equalised, they did with a fantastic finish into that far corner. Sov unlucky not to get there. I thought the goalkeeper could have sort of got there, but either way, we could have broke there, could have got the ball and played it through to Ocean or Neil. But either way, with the sort of the cutscene here, I was sort of waiting, but Alfie went on his knees celebrating, so that only meant that we were promoted because someone, whoever was in 4th or 5th, didn't win their game or even drew, so it just did us a massive favour. So we are promoted. We will be playing League One football next season. Looking forward to that. But maybe for us now, it was sort of about relaxing, really. I think Leyton Orient are quite far ahead in terms of potentially getting that title. And then we wrap up with Swindon, the team that we beat, of course, in the EFL Trophy. They nearly went in front. Jeffcott, who didn't actually play in the final because of Austin, who obviously scored, but nearly scored there with a fantastic effort. But we managed to get on the score sheet. Dave Everett, of all people, coming up from right back because, of course, Novio's out for 3 games. Well, this will be his second game that Novio is out for, but Dave Everett, out of all players, coming up and heading in to score the first goal. And then nothing happened until B put in another fantastic cross. B's right foot was clearly kissed by God. What an absolutely crossing ability he has. Put it on a plate for Mikey, headed it up and over the goalkeeper. Mikey scores again and wraps the game up 2-0 for us. We could have added more goals into this, and Neil did really well, cuts inside, hits a screamer, but it's a fantastic save. It fell to me. I don't know what I was doing. Could have shot, put it across the box for like 2 or 3 other people, but either way, we managed to win, and again, another clean sheet. We're doing really well with these clean sheets this time of the season. As you can see, of course, I think Doncaster Rovers or even Mansfield just couldn't catch us just with the games left because they played more than us. So we're sat in second, promoted. It's between Stockport and Mansfield and Doncaster for that last place going into sort of the last couple of games. We have to be chasing Leyton Orient, and we do play Leyton Orient in our next episode towards the end of the season. Sauvignon almost one clean sheet away from keeping their clean sheet bonus, which is fantastic. Terms of goals, Mikey 1 away from 30. Absolutely fantastic achievement from Mikey. Smashing in the goals. Of course, you look at the stats of the assists between me and Neil, and B contributed over sort of 30 goals. So what Mikey's just scored in goals himself, it's taken 3 players to get 3 assists of that sort of nature to match up to Mikey. So really good goal contribution. Myself and Neil both in double figures, which is fantastic. B, 1 goal away from getting in double figures. I'll try hopefully to get that with him. Ocean and Danny, as I said, both good cut people on 6. Tommy finally on 5, and Chris, of course, a couple of goals in the last episode up there as well, and then all the rest sort of on 2s and 1s down there. Of course, Dan, big miss towards the end of the season. It didn't matter because we did get promoted, but would it affect our total chances because obviously the suspension of Novio as well? So that is the end of the episode, guys. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Tune in for the next episode where it is going to be an absolute